Okay, and then we're gonna start the
Okay.
uh the second part. Cool. I have a special process I have to do with Zoom. It's
Okay.
wild. But um have you considered doing a vlog of the process at all?
I mean, I was kind of thinking I would do it with TikTok,
Yeah.
um, kind of because that's the easiest way to edit videos kind of quickly.
Mhm.
I don't know how much people really want to hear me talking, so I was maybe just gonna like show the process as we're building the tiny house and things like that. I'm posting some of the stuff we'll be displaying. I actually forgot to show during the interview this super cool record.
Oh, no sweat. Go ahead. Hey,
Like, it's so cool.
this is a special thing. Oh, that is awesome. I remember seeing that on your Instagram. That is legit.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Wow. What's the story
The
behind that guy?
the drummer from this band actually designed it. Oh, this light is bad. He drew this cover, and I
Whoa.
should have put it together because it's Maryland, but I didn't because I had to order this from France or something. Anyway, he lives in the same town here, so we're getting some rough draft sketches from him, hopefully,
Oh, that's
when we're
huge.
signing
That's
this. So
really
I'm really
cool.
excited,
Oh
super
man.
cool.
That brings up another so I'm always curious now that you're establishing yourself as pretty much the Snallygaster person, are people starting to come out of the woodwork and being like, "Hey, I got this," or "I got this," or maybe that'll happen down in the
Not
future?
really. I think I reach out to people more
Okay.
because I look at the Snallygaster hashtag on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll
Oh,
see this really
totally.
cool thing, and I'll be like, "Oh, can I buy that print? Would you be okay with us displaying it?" So I feel like I've reached out to people a lot. I think everyone's just really stressed and busy right now,
Mhm.
so I don't know
Totally.
how much time people are devoting to cryptid stuff at the moment. I think it's just kind
Yep.
of yeah.
All right. Well, feel free if you have a few stories or anything cool to share. Go right ahead.
Oh my gosh, I'm the worst with this. I don't, nothing cool ever happens to me. Like nothing scary, nothing. It's a huge bummer. We bought this what I thought would be a haunted house, and it
Okay.
is not haunted. So I was super bummed.
You thought your current house was haunted when you bought it?
Yes. So this
Oh.
house was like the first building established in this town, and it was where they did everything in the 1780s. No, it's like I was like, oh, it's going to be so haunted because the living room, I guess parlor, whatever, has this weird little. I should have done the interview in there. Come to think of it, it has this weird little mini door thing underneath the window that they used to use to slide coffins in and out because they did all the
You
funerals here.
slide coffins in and
It's
out?
called a coffin window. It's super
What?
weird. And so they would slide them in and out, and then right behind our house, like a, which is, I hope this doesn't spook people out at the museum, but there's this really amazing graveyard from the 1700s, and everyone who lived in this house for hundreds of years is buried there. So they would take the coffin out and go over to bury it. And so I'm like, this is just the spookiest shit. Like this house is going to be haunted. I was so excited.
Is that
And
on your property?
yeah, well, the graveyard's not.
Oh,
The graveyard's just
okay.
directly across. You can see it's like you. Our property ends. There's a little road, and then there's the graveyard.
That's awesome.
I was like, this is so great. I mean, you can kind of see the spooky vibes here. But no, it's really not haunted, and I'm so sad because I wanted to see a ghost or have some kind of paranormal experience. And I've tried. I've done a Ouija board. I've tried like spirit box.
Oh boy.
They don't want to talk to me. It's such a
Really?
bummer.
You for real?
For real,
Wow.
it's like yeah, I'm a huge, I don't know, I guess maybe ghosts don't like me because I want to talk to them too much or something. I don't know what the problem is.
Mm,
It's a big bummer.
that is very strange.
I'm really jealous of people who have like that kind of thing happen to them or have like a psychic power or something like that. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I there's some stuff I tend to I don't know. Maybe I'm a huge wuss, maybe I'm paranoid, but I kind of stay away from it. But man, there's some weird stuff that's happened though. Uh so you big like ghost adventures person and stuff like that?
I have seen some episodes of it. I don't have cable TV anymore because I just
Okay.
wasn't. watching it, so I'm kind of bummed. And I told a ghost story on one show on Destination America, but I don't think it was even that scary. But they aired it forever, and then patients saw it, and it was so embarrassing. Oh, you saw, I saw you on this, like right around Halloween. It airs every year, and every year I'm just like, oh my God, like it's so embarrassing. But
Wow.
I guess
That's awesome.
to other people. But I had an experience with a patient when I used to work in oncology. And obviously, you have a lot of end of life care.
Hmm.
So I had a patient who was telling me there were these three men at his door and he was freaking out. He wanted them gone. And usually, when patients are having delusions, I just go along with it because it's not worth it to argue. You're
Right.
not, whatever. So I went in his room and I was like, get out of here, blah, 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 talking to them. And he was like, they're not listening to you,
Mm.
whatever. And then the thing that kind of freaked me out is so if you try to make your eyes go smoothly to track something and there's nothing there, it doesn't happen. And it's actually a thing we do to test, neurological deficits and strokes and stuff to see if you can follow a gaze. So it is not possible for your eyes to track something that isn't there, basically. And I
Right.
was looking at him and I'm like, how messed up is this guy? He's sick, does he need more meds, whatever. And I watched his eyes very smoothly track something across the room
Man.
where the ghost was. So I was kind of like maybe there's something to this. And it was pretty freaky, but I didn't experience anything. Like I didn't feel anything spooky or whatever. But that definitely like made me think for a minute where I was like, how the hell? Like that doesn't happen. You can't do that. So it was a little
Wow.
weird. I'll send you the episode. It's horribly embarrassing, but I'll send it to you.
Okay. So you want to hear something really weird? And I don't know if this is my side or your side, but ever since you started talking about that whole last section, are you
Mm-hmm.
using a microphone on your computer, like plugged into your
No,
computer?
I'm on my iPhone. So
Okay. So one of our stuff is wigging out real crazy. And it's like my headphones right now are doing this like wow, 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 like weird.
really?
Yeah. Which has never happened with these guys in the 50 episodes that I've done. So
Well,
it's
so
either
we're
your side or my side ever since you start talking about like nothing weird ever happens. Like that's kind of
oh
cool. But
my gosh, I'm so
yeah.
jealous. It's not fair. I want it to happen to me.
Well,
My husband
it might
got
be on your side. That's the thing.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know about the Sally House? That's kind of where the Snally House is a play on
Oh no,
that phenomenon. Do you know about that?
I don't.
Okay, you're gonna have to go down this rabbit hole because this was another one of my childhood obsessions. So it's this house in Atchison, Kansas,
Okay.
that is super, super haunted. It has like all this crazy record of paranormal activity where supposedly this little girl named Sally died in there, and there's all these ghosts and evil entities and all kinds of
Yikes.
crazy stuff. Um, I don't know if you listened to Astonishing Legends, but they did a fantastic series on it. They had like EVPs. It was amazing.
I've listened to a few.
Anyway,
I wish I had time to listen to all of them because they're
it's
so
so
good.
good. If you
Yeah.
ever have time, that's the series to listen to. But my husband,
Yeah.
in my eternal search for wanting to see a ghost, got me an overnight stay there for
Whoa.
October. So I'm like, if there's ever somewhere I'm going to see a damn ghost, like it's going to be in this house where everyone sees one. So I'm
Mm.
hoping, please, that it'll happen for me. It'd
Oh,
be
so
so
that
cool.
hasn't happened yet? Like that's gonna happen this
Next year, yeah.
oh
Or this
cool.
year, I guess. Yeah, this year in October.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um
Hopefully it works. We'll see.
that's amazing. What a cool present too. Like sounds like a cool dude.
Yeah, he puts up with a lot of my weird stuff because he's
Does he
not
also
doesn't believe
tag
in
along for the weirdness or is he
he
kind of
goes, yeah.
like
So he went with me to CryptidCon, but he was like, our older child was like, I'm not dealing with these people. Like he took one look and was like, absolutely not. So I ended up going into it by myself. But he goes along with a lot of it, but he's not into the paranormal or any of that kind of stuff at all. So it's nice that he encourages this weird obsession I have.
hmm. Hey, it's a good partner.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Um any weird stuff over the years? Man, that's crazy. So like you've tried all this stuff and nothing weird has ever happened.
No,
That is
I went
so
to
weird.
Crime Con. I go to a lot of weird stuff. So a couple years ago, I went to Crime Con in New Orleans, and I went to
Oh.
this voodoo thing where they have like seances. They did like old Victorian style seances with like table wrapping, crystal balls, and shit. and it
Mm,
was on the site of this apartment where I don't know how familiar you are with the like true crime stuff.
a
It's
little bit.
another way. There was a Katrina cannibal case after Hurricane Katrina where this
Oh
guy murdered
no.
his girlfriend. His name was Zach. Her name was like Addie. Murdered his girlfriend and butchered her and cooked her in this apartment. And people think it was this like, evil spirit voodoo stuff involved. So they kept the apartment perfectly preserved, even like the pots and pans, like obviously not the original ones, but they got like everything. So
Yeah.
that's where they did the seance. Nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing. I was so bummed out. Like I just
That's
I
so
don't know.
weird.
I don't know. I must have some kind of thing where ghosts don't like me because I'm like, this is an actual murder site. Like nothing. It's such a bummer. So if anyone out there is like a psychic or something and can explain that to me, I'd really like to know why I can't communicate with ghosts like everyone else seems to be able to.
There, you never know. There may be some people that listen to this that have some thoughts, but I'll leave it into their hands to pursue
Yeah, I would
that.
definitely like to know.
Um, I will be curious to see in the future who shows up to go through this museum, because the cool thing I always find is talking to people that own museums like this is that you always get some weird random band or celebrity to show up,
Oh, I
like
hope
just
so.
unexpectedly, because they're like huge Flatwood Monsters fans or something, or they're bored on tour. So that'd be cool to see what happens to you
Oh
guys.
my gosh, I would love that. It would be so cool.
Yeah.
I don't, who do you think it would be? Who do you think would be the most cryptid obsessed celebrity?
Uh, I think there's a story about Charlie Sheen being very
No
uh,
way.
yeah, he like so thankfully this isn't on the main podcast because I'm kind of like freewheeling right now. But I remember there was a story that was brought up. This is like in one of my first episodes from Cryptid Keeper, but supposedly he put up money to like fund this like expedition to try to find a certain cryptid, but I can't remember
Really?
the details. But I would see like I could see someone like who are the guys from Portland? It's like uh some Portland band. This is terrible.
Mhm. See, this is
Um
how I can't remember anything ever when I haven't slept. It's bad.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be cool. It'll be fun. Um Last thing I'll ask you, have you thought of potentially getting like a Snallygaster costume made?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I would be so excited, especially if we could do like the Chinese New Year dragon style with a bunch of people
Yes.
like running around. I would be so excited.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I would really, really, that's actually something I have never seen a Snallygaster cosplay of any kind at any convention or anything that I've been to, even online. So that would be super, super cool if someone did that.
Yeah.
I would
Totally.
love it. And you could even do like Snallygaster and Teddy Roosevelt like chasing each other around or something. Because that's the big
Oh,
tall.
so is there an actual story of Teddy Roosevelt like going hunting for this guy?
Mhm.
Because I
There
know he
is,
hunted for
it's a,
Bigfoot, right?
yeah, so there's a story that has never been verified. So I don't know how much truth there is to it that um, at one point he was planning, and there are some, I guess, supposedly some record of him like actually planning a trip to this area to try to hunt it. But it's really hard to find like a definite nailed down truth about it. I think it's super interesting and it's going to be included because there are newspaper articles about it. But I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't want
Mm,
to say it happened or it didn't since I can't verify.
right. Yeah, I might look into that a little bit later. That sounds like a very interesting like almost like a weird alternate history type story. Like have you ever seen that cartoon like Gravity Falls?
Yes. Oh my gosh,
Oh
my
my
older
goodness.
son is completely obsessed with it.
Gravity
I'm one
Falls is
with
awesome.
him slowly.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, thank you for hanging on a bit longer and doing some more chatting about stuff. Hopefully you get some rest.
Yeah.
If you
Hopefully, I have
can.
a spooky story sometime. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely we will have to catch up in a year or so. I'm definitely gonna be watching all your stuff to see see how things go. But thanks again for coming on, Sarah. Have a great
Awesome.
rest
Awesome
of your night.
talking to you.